All right, Shalom, first and foremost, giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rachahak Wadash. Double honors due to the apostles, the elders of Great Millstone. Peace, love, salutations, and blessings to the Lord's elect out there. The brother Yeshaya, pardon me, the valor. South Carolina, and this lesson right here is going to be about some rather peculiar sightings that are not, normal, so to say. I mean, that's obviously what peculiar is, outside of the normal, right? But anyway, that doesn't really appear in South Carolina, and these are animal sightings of the alligator and black bear kind. Now, this one right here, this is Queen City News in Charlotte, and they're reporting on something in Myrtle Beach, which is in South Carolina. And we don't really see alligators like that. Okay, we have gators, but they are normally like in the lower country. And Myrtle Beach is part of the low country, you can say, but not really, near a beach. The alligators or whatnot. You have them in like Marion, and other places. But anyway, I'm just doing this video because this is just a sign of what's to come. The Lord's going to have these animals, especially these newly created animals or newly created beasts, as an extension of His sword to deal out judgment and deal out punishment. All right, to these wicked people. So I'm gonna read a little bit of this article, and then I'm going to bring out some scriptures. All right, Myrtle Beach, 2 gators spotted in surf at South Carolina beaches just days apart in rare sight. Because like I said, it's not a common thing to see alligators, especially on the beach in South Carolina. All right, Raleigh, North Carolina, in a rare sight, 2 alligators were spotted in the surf just days apart at Carolina beaches after storms with heavy rains pounded the North and South Carolina coastal areas over several days. Just a couple of days before police wrangled a beached alligator at a North Carolina island, a family vacation in nearby South Carolina spotted a gator strolling on a beach. The first gator was spotted at Huntington Beach State Park on Monday evening, just south of Myrtle Beaches near Morrow's Inlet, according to Tim Yeager, whatever, and an associate pastor of Bread of Life Tabernacle in Uniontown, Pennsylvania. All right, so you can see that this alligator is doing a death roll, near the South Carolina, North Carolina line, right? So yeah, 8-foot alligator, which is that's pretty big. So yeah, I think I'm not gonna read any more of this video. You got the gist, got the point. These animals, animals that are not prone to be in certain areas are going to start invading, these areas when the Lord starts to, extract his judgment. Okay, starts to, unleash these demons, and these demons can jump on animals to do the will. All right, which is ultimately appeasing the anger of the Heavenly Father, in a way. So without further ado, I got some precepts, all right, to show you that the Lord is going to use the animals as an extension of, the sword, right? Jeremiah 1:15, then said the Lord Yahweh unto me, though Moses and Samuel stood before me, yet my mind could not be toward this people. Cast them out of my sight and let them go forth. And it shall come to pass, if they say unto thee, whither shall we go forth? Then thou shalt tell them, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, such as are for death to death, such as are for the sword to the sword, such as are for the famine to the famine, and such as are for the captivity to the captivity. So this is the 4 types of, deaths that Yahweh Shai said to tell these people when, at the end, when the Lord, that's Ezekiel 3:26, the Lord will cause your tongues to cleave into the roof of your mouths, and you shall be no more reprover to this people. So when that happens, that's going to be that's going to happen in a variety of ways. Brothers they're going to be actually dumb and not be able to say nothing, or they're going to be hit with a level of anger from the Lord, because it's actually the Lord's anger, because you can't just come back and try to, come back to the Lord when it's too late, when he's had the prophets and had his hand stretched out for the longest, right? So yeah, In verse 3, and I will appoint over them 4 kinds, saith the Lord, the sword to slay, and the dogs to tear, and the fowls of the heaven, and the beasts of the earth to devour and destroy. So, hey, you're going to have these newly created beasts, that the Lord is going to use to extract this judgment. And the Lord is far out there. I one of the brothers posted this article, the brother Dawadah, and I made a joke in the chat. I was like, hey man, them chupacabra is gonna start chasing niggas. And that's a folklore, all right, about a dog, half coyote, half demon looking thing, man. All right. Actually, let me show you what a chupacabra is. Let's see. Chupacabra. Look, here it is right here. It's a mythical creature, but hey, the Lord very well can make things like this, man. Okay? All right? The chupacabra. Yeah. All right. So, going on, this is the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 11 and verse 18. I'm going to start at 15. But for the foolish devices of their wickedness, wherewith being deceived, they worship serpents void of reason and vile beasts. Thou didst send a multitude of unreasonable beasts upon them for vengeance, that thou might know that wherewithal a man sinneth, by the same also shall he be punished. Okay, so hey, y'all worship vile beasts, and for the longest with dealing with these other nations and everything like that through the course of these thousands of years that we've been finding ourselves back to the Lord. Well, the remnant have, okay, and then it's just been a complete regression, for the majority of his people, the so-called Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. But the remnant shall return, which the remnant is returning to him, and Lord willing, they're sealed right now. They worship servants void of reason and vile beasts. That thou didst send a multitude of unreasonable beasts upon them for vengeance, that thou might know that wherewith the man sinneth, by the same also shall he be punished. For thy almighty hand that made the world of matter without form, when it not means to send among them a multitude of bears, or fierce lions, or unknown wild beasts, full of rage, newly created, breathing out either fiery vapor or filthy sense of scattered smoke, or shooting horrible sparkles out of their eyes. Now, have you seen a dragon? An actual dragon like you see on TV or anything breathing fire? No. Sparkles out of your eyes? No. All right. But the Lord has all of these animals, man. All right. The Lord is far. It says his ways are higher than our ways, and his thoughts higher than our thoughts. All right. So even brothers, because brothers have vivid imaginations. The brother with the most vivid imagination cannot hold a candle to what Yahweh Shah got, man. All right. And the Lord is also going to use who? He's going to use the great beast Leviathan. Okay, there's 2 Leviathans in the scriptures, but I'm focusing right now on this Leviathan, which is the sea serpent. All right, and Amos 9:3. And though they hide themselves in the top of Carmel, I will search and take them out thence. And though they be hid from my sight in the bottom of the sea, thence will I command the serpent, and he shall bite them. So there you go. All right. So there is no hiding from the Lord's judgment. You're going to have people, especially the high level elitists trying to get into these bunkers, but to no avail. All right. Underground bunkers. All right. Carmel is mountains. So, they have the bunkers in the mountains. Hey, man, the Lord is not playing. He has everything covered. All right. And these beasts are going to be a part of his sword, or a stitching of the sword. Ezekiel 5:17. So will I send upon you famine and evil beast, and they shall bereave thee, and pestilence and blood shall pass through thee, and I will bring the sword upon thee. I, the Lord, have spoken it. Okay, so there you go, man. All right, and this is basically a extension of Jeremiah 15, because when you read up in 16, it says, when I shall send upon them the evil arrows of famine, which shall be for their destruction, and which I will send to destroy you. I will increase the famine upon you, and will break the staff of your bread. So, the captivity of famine. All right. So will I send upon you famine and evil beasts, and they shall bereave thee, and pestilence and blood shall pass through thee, and I will bring the sword upon thee. I, the Lord Yahweh, have spoken it. So, hey, the Lord is definitely not playing with these animals, and he's used animals, all right, because animals do have a lower level version of spiritual power right now. All right, you got certain animals that, most of them can see in the dark. can do some far out things, man, which is, basically spiritual power. 2 Kings 2:23. And he went up, and this is talking about Elisha. He went up from thence unto Bethel, and as he was going up by the way, there came forth little children out of the city and mocked him and said unto him, Go up, thou bald head, go up, thou bald head. So they was mocking him and calling him bald. And he turned back and looked on them and cursed them in the name of the Lord, Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh. So, hey, man, the minute of the Lord don't be playing, man. Look, we on edge at all times. We ain't playing with kids. We ain't playing with nobody, right? And there came forth 2 she-bears out of the wood and tear 40 and 2 children of them. And he went from thence to Mount Carmel, and from thence he returned to Samaria. So the Lord used 42 she-bears. 2 she-bears to tear up 42 children. So, hey, the Lord's going to use these animals, man, in the times to come. But at the same time, we're not going to have any fear, all right, because we believe in the Lord. We know the Lord dictates these spirits, all right, just as King David said right here, okay, when he got delivered from the mouth of a lion and a bear, which are 2 of the most fiercest animals, which the Lord just mentioned. 1 Samuel 17:34. And David said to Saul, Thy servant kept his father's sheep, and there came a lion and a bear, and took a lamb out of the flock. And I went after him, and smote him, and delivered it out of his mouth. And when he arose against me, I caught him by his beard, and smote him, and slew him. Thy servant slew both the lion and bear, and this uncircumcised Philistine shall be as one of them, seeing he hath defied the armies of the living power. So that just shows a testimony of David's strength, okay, and his faith in the Lord, David, so moreover, the Lord Yahweh that delivered me out of the paw of the lion and out of the paw of the bear, he will deliver me out of the hand of this Philistine. And Saul said unto David, Go, and the Lord Yahweh be with thee. So there you go. All right. Hey, the Lord saved King David out of the hands of those animals, and he's going to save us as well. And that's why I'm going to end it with this. This is the book of Job, chapter 5:23. This is what it said. For thou shalt be in Salakia, verse 22, right? I'm going to start at 21. I'm going to start at 19. This is Job 5:19. This is talking about the times that's to come in Jacob's trouble when all hell breaks loose. Job 5:19, he shall deliver thee in 6 troubles. Yea, in 7 there shall no evil touch thee. In famine he shall redeem thee from death, and in war from the power of the sword. Thou shalt be hid from the scourge of the tongue, neither shalt thou be afraid of destruction when it cometh. Okay. At destruction and famine thou shalt laugh, neither shalt thou be afraid of the beast of the earth, for thou shalt be in league with the stones of the field, and the beast of the field shall be at peace with thee. So we don't have anything to worry about, especially a brother like me that respects and has a healthy fear of the animals. Well, the fear of the Most High trumps everything. Okay. And these people, they don't have the fear of the Lord. So the fear of these dreadful animals, the fear of famine, the fear of all these torments and punishments are upon these people, man. And if we believe in the power of fear, if we fear the Lord and believe in him, and ultimately if we are written in the book of life, the Lamb's book of life, and all the elect, we're going to be good. All right. So now I'm going to end it with that, giving praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah, Wadash. A double honors due to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Peace, blessings, and safety to the Lord's elect out there. Till next